Hi, my name is Jenny Lynn Patterson-LaCour, and I am the founder and CEO of Jenny Lynn Fitness, home of Sweat. I've been an aquatic fitness instructor in NYC for the last 2 decades, and I'm currently working on launching my Sweat certificate program.
And I'm AJ Myers from Made by Myers. I specialize in podcast production, web design, branding, and business development. And you're listening to the Aquaholics Bootcamp.
We created this podcast to interview guests who inspire and motivate us within the aquatic fitness industry and beyond. Each episode, we'll chat with them about what they're working on professionally, as well as get to know them a little bit better personally.
So let's dive on in.
Joining us today is Adrienne Poullas, Aquatic Coordinator of the Hubbard Community Pool. Adrienne is AEA and ACE Group Fitness Instructor certified and also holds certifications in WIM Platinum, Hydro Revolution, and Aqua Stand-Up. As you will hear in the interview, she started at the pool as a student, then an instructor, and now a director. Adrienne, welcome to the program.
Thank you. I'm so excited.
How you doing?
I'm good. How are you? I miss you guys.
I know. This has been too long. This is getting ridiculous.
It's been a bummer.
Yeah, but you know, it's been great. Since Jenny and I started this podcast, we've been actually able to connect with people who we used to see every year at IAFC and several other places. And it's just been really great to reconnect in this new digital world we're in.
Yeah, that is cool. Like it almost gives you more opportunities to connect as opposed to like one time a year, in Florida when we're all together. So that is really cool.
Absolutely. So Adrienne, where are you calling from?
I'm calling from Hubbard, Ohio. It's a small suburb of Youngstown, in between Youngstown and the Pennsylvania border. We're right on the edge there.
Nice.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know why I'm even realizing that I don't know more about your background, because I think we met, 3 or 4 years ago? 4? I have no concept of time anymore.
I know, right? What day is it? I think I was pregnant with Roscoe. So IAFC 2018, maybe?
Wow. Okay.
Yeah.
It seems like so much longer, but that's a good thing. It's like we've known each other so much in a short period of time.
Yeah.
But I'm curious, how did you yourself find yourself in aquatic fitness? Like, was it just going to the Hubbard pool, or were you a swimmer?
No, I know. I hated the water. I didn't like being wrinkled and pruny. It was something that wasn't on my list of favorite things. I straight up, if we ever went somewhere that had a pool, like I'd get in to cool off, but I wasn't hanging out in there. Like I don't like being wrinkly. So my husband actually got deployed in September of 2016, and I had an 8-month-old. I had one little 8-month-old, and I was working part-time, and 10 days before he left, we sold our house. And I had to move an entire 2,400 square foot house with an 8-month-old and no husband and nowhere to go.
Wow.
And it was very stressful. And I ended up gaining about 30 pounds while he was gone, and it was only 4 months. So actually, mutual friends of ours, Craig and Patrick, ended up becoming my next door neighbors. And at the time, Craig was the director of the Hubbard Pool.
Yes.
Which shortly after that, Patrick took over as director, and they had been trying to get me in the pool for I don't know how long, and I kept pushing them away. Finally, I said, okay, fine. I'll come and take one class, but I'm telling you I'm not going to like it. And the first class I took was Aqua Stand-Up, which here at the pool, it's probably our toughest class. And I loved it. And I bought a package that day, and I never got back out. And I ended up taking 4 to 6 classes a week.
Wow.
I was here as a participant. I lost 50 pounds in about 6 months, which totally helps how much you love the water when you see how effective it is.
Yeah.
I was one year postpartum when I started coming, and I was bigger than I was when I was pregnant. So that was a huge plus for me. Was this works. This works better than running. This works better than gym time for me personally.
Yeah.
My body responded to the water, very well. So then I said, hydrospin was my favorite. I said, I want to teach hydrospin. So they put me on the bikes. And I started teaching hydrospin. And then I said, okay, I want to do all the things. I want to teach everything. I want to learn everything. This concept of how your body works in the water and how beneficial it is to you was so fascinating to me. I just started learning everything I could. So I got ABA certified in 2018. 2019, I attended IAFC and got my GFI, my ACE GFI. And then March of 2020, well, I started teaching on deck, which was very scary for me, actually.
Oh,
I was always in the pool, with the bike.
yeah.
So getting up there and being on deck was a vulnerable thing for me, especially because I didn't start till after the birth of my second son. So I wasn't in the shape I was when I started here and how people remembered me. And it was a vulnerable thing for me to get up there and put myself out there and do it. And it took a while for them to really twist my arm and get me up there, but I did. And then as soon as I got comfortable enough, I knew that was where I belonged. Like, I might be the director now, but those days that I'm out there on deck, like, that is where my heart is out there teaching and instructing and being with my students. Like, that's where my first true love is.
Ooh, listen to those swimmers.
They're celebrating something. Yeah, they're celebrating something. I'm not sure that.
They just opened every pool across the country.
I saw the Facebook group that you were doing, and that was absolutely amazing. And now I've seen on your Instagram stories that you were doing yoga. Is this kind of your way to keep yourself grounded and almost like meditating for you during these times?
Yeah, like, I was a full-time mom before this, and still being a full-time mom, and now taking on a full-time job and a husband who drives 100 miles a day to work. And, managing all of this it's been a challenge, trying to make sure that I'm still taking care of myself. I had to find something like, yes, I'm here and I'm teaching and I'm getting my work out there, but sometimes that's work. And I needed something that was just for me. And so I used it as a way to just kind of like get me going in the morning and get me like focused for my day. And it has been so helpful. I'm only doing a 30-day thing, but I told Nick, I said, I'm going to keep doing this. I'm just going to keep doing it every morning. It's only 20 or 30 minutes. And it starts my day on a totally different foot than I was starting before.
Good.
I love that.
But the yoga that I'm taking yoga with Adrienne on YouTube. I love her. She has given direction to me in yoga practice that I can now give to my students here that makes it easy to understand and accomplish. So instead of saying tighten your core, squeeze your abs, blah, 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 I say tuck those lower ribs in or push your belly button to your spine. And they can understand. So it's not just helping me personally, mentally get focused. It's helping me in my job as well and to help my students. It's been like a double whammy for me. It's benefiting not just me, but I'm able to help others as well.
Yeah. Well, Jenny, during this pandemic, Jenny, you started a morning routine yourself, following the advice of Amy Landino.
Mm-hmm.
And I think it's really important especially for people who instructors and people whose lives have been, turned upside down and don't have the same work schedule that they used to find a routine that works for them. And if this is working for you, yoga in the morning, there's no reason to stop, even when pools reopen and you're back to work. Now, do you want to share who do you follow online for inspiration? You mentioned yoga with Adrienne. I'm assuming that's a different Adrienne than yourself.
It is. And I have two N's in my name and she only has one. So I do her yoga daily. She's really great. Honestly, this is not just because I am on your podcast, but Jenny has been invaluable to me since I started Aquatic. Actually, I think it was today it came up in my time hop, my stickers you sent me last year.
Oh.
It came up that 1 year ago. I got my little care package from you with my little mermaids and my sweet little note. And in the winter, when I was talking about, maybe starting my own brand before I got this job. I mean, you talked to me on the phone for so long, and it has been invaluable information that I get from you. So I appreciate that so much. And Ashley always has great content too. Ashley Bishop, she was on here a couple sessions ago. She always has awesome content, and it's so motivating because she is the most organized person I've
Oh
ever
my gosh.
met in my life. And it makes you want to be organized just being around her.
It's so true.
So true. And the thing that I love, and like I can hear in what you're saying, I just love women supporting women. And it feels so good to meet other strong women like yourself and take each other's strengths to be like, okay, I can see, like you just said with Ashley, her organization skills. I lack in that 100%, have my entire life, but like that was motivation. The people she referred me to was motivation. Meeting you and seeing, being a mother and working your tail off in the pool, like just seeing how hard you worked while being a full-time mom was, I mean, it's mind-blowing because, you know, there's just a lot of things that you're juggling. And as you even said, you were basically single mom as your husband's deployed and doing all of this stuff by yourself, you know, for your family.
I appreciate that. Yeah. But you know what? It comes down to like, what other choice do you have? If this is what you truly want to do in your life, if this is your dream, there's no other choice.
Yeah.
Than to just dig in and do it. And having people like you and Ashley and Yoga with Adrienne, who centers me in the morning, to have that support system, even if, you know, Yoga with Adrienne doesn't know who the crap I am, but, you know, that's part of my support system that I take on for myself. And to have those types of women, not just women, anybody in your life that does that,
yeah,
you gotta lean into that. You lean into that support and you use it to fuel your fire. And that is something that in this season of my life, especially with COVID and the quarantine, I really leaned into that because I didn't have another choice. And I want to do it. And that was what was in my heart and in my soul. And I knew that if I wanted to be the best pool director I could be, and the best mom, and the best fitness instructor, and be there for myself, and the best wife, I had to lean into all these different people that inspire and motivate me and draw that energy from them to fill me
mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Right.
I love that. That's great advice.
Very, very good advice. So a question I did want to ask you is, what advice would you give to other expecting mothers, or I guess mothers who have come out of pregnancy? Maybe they're struggling with losing the weight. Like, what would you tell them as far as taking aquatic fitness? Any advice or tips that you would extend?
First of all, you got to be super easy on yourself. Hold yourself accountable, but don't beat yourself up. Your body just did the most amazing thing that bodies can do, which was literally birth another human. It's never going to be the same. And that's okay. It's okay. I look different after Jordy, and I look different after Roscoe in different ways. Your body just holds on to things differently. And you just have to lead with grace. So as far as getting in the pool, for me, during pregnancy, it was so relieving, and it takes so much pressure off of all those different places that just being pregnant puts on your body. I mean, your joints hurt, your back hurts, especially later on when you're getting bigger and bigger and bigger. You know, it's just a lot to carry.
Right.
So even if you do nothing but get in and walk back and forth, just getting in and using that buoyancy to take some of the pressure off of all of those parts of your body that are hurting, do it. But even just if you don't want to get in the pool, take a walk. Just do anything. I've written an article for the AEA website about the benefits of working out during pregnancy. And even less than physically, mentally, it I mean, naturally when you work out, your body makes endorphins. Endorphins make you happy, and it could be a mood changer.
Mm-hmm.
The mental part can be so beneficial. And if you're a first time mom, you have all those anxieties before you have that baby because you've never done this before, you know? So if you're nervous about labor, if you're nervous about delivery, exercise. It doesn't have to be in the pool. Do I want you to get in the pool? Heck yes. That's my number one place I want you to be. But if you don't want to get in the pool, or you can't get in a pool, go for a walk. Find something to move your body, because recovering after that is going to be so much easier. I was out 4 days postpartum.
Wow.
I had worked the whole time I was pregnant to prepare my body for that.
Yeah. Wow. And do you believe that aquatic fitness is a safe, or I should say a safer place to work out for expectant mothers?
From experience, for me, I am short. I'm 5'1". So when I get pregnant, my belly has nowhere else to go but straight out in front. If I were to try at even 6 months pregnant to run, that is awful. It feels awful. It hurts. It looks awful. It looks like it hurts. It's just, I mean, some people do it. And, you know, my sister-in-law, she ran until I think the day before she gave birth to one of my nieces. She doesn't have big bellies when she's pregnant. I do. Mm-hmm. But some people it works for. For me personally, and what I would say is if anything hurts you at all, ever, get in the water, because that natural buoyancy, even if you're swollen, get in the water. That hydrostatic pressure is going to help to push that fluid where it belongs or out of your body completely. So, I mean, I could go on and on and on about not being in the water when you're pregnant is literally the greatest thing you could do.
Mm-hmm. Well, I don't mean to put you on the spot, you and Jenny, but what are some of the actual physical changes that happen when you're in the water that would affect a person who's pregnant?
Well, I mean, as Adrienne mentioned, hydrostatic pressure, not only does that get rid of extra, fluids that your body is holding on to, but it lowers your natural heart rate. Mm-hmm. So, you're in a safer environment in that respect, but also the fact that you're not going to fall, like on land, gravity, that your weight is already offset due to a belly or imbalances, your gait starts to widen, everything starts to shift. And so you're just naturally safer on so many different levels in water.
Yeah, that makes sense. And then post delivery, you mentioned, Adrienne, that dealing with postpartum depression and other feelings, that exercise, and in particular water exercise and fitness, was key to your recovery.
Yeah, it totally was. I couldn't wait to get back in the pool, and I had to wait 6 weeks. That's just it is what it is. I didn't have to wait 6 weeks to exercise, but I had to wait 6 weeks to get back in that pool. And the day I went to my doctor's appointment and she said you could get back in the pool, I was here because I couldn't wait. And I really don't think I crawled completely out of my postpartum anxiety or depression until I got back in the water. I mean, the walking helped, but I don't think I fully crawled out until I was back here. And I don't know if it's just because I love the water or because the water is so healing in all different aspects. Mm-hmm. But for me, I didn't crawl out completely until I got back in the pool.
I love that.
Wow.
Yeah, that's important. So where do you see yourself taking your career in aquatic fitness next? I mean, you're clearly, you have your dream job right now, but where you mentioned, forming your own brand and working on your own material, where do you see yourself taking it next?
I still want to do those things. Before I knew that this position was an imminent possibility, which meant, it was approaching a lot quicker than I thought. I still would love to become a master trainer for AEA because, like I said, my first love is up on that deck. It's instructing. It's learning, like anything that has to do with aquatics. I would really love to focus on pre and postnatal research. Mm-hmm. And I have reached out to those that can help me with that. But like I said, my goals and my 5 and 10 year plan and my list, it still has, AEA master trainer on it. It still has those things on there. It's just right now my focus is, here. But my heart's in instructing and leading, and I'd really like to get back to that eventually. Do I love being a director of a pool? Absolutely. I don't see myself leaving this position for a long time. We're tied to the school. Jordy's going to start kindergarten here, like literally one door away from me next year. I love this as my full-time gig, but I still would love to just really nurture that instructor part of me and that love I have for that and learning and, being knowledgeable because, knowledge is power.
100%.
Yep.
And the more you know, the better you are at your job. And if you love your job, you want to be the best at it that you can. So I want to do all the things. I want all the certificates. I want all the name. I want to know all the stuff.
Yes.
That's amazing. And then, of course, when our sweat certificate launches, you will become a sweat certified instructor.
I already said I'm first on the list.
Oh, I already told her. I said, now that she's the director, I'm coming there and we're gonna get a group going, and Hubbard will carry the sweat cert.
100%, no doubt.
Yes.
I will be first on that list. I'm probably going to be the first because I know everyone is so excited for that program to roll out. I know
excitement all around.
Well, and I know how hard you've been working, not always, but especially since you have had the time.
Yeah.
To really focus on it. So
Exactly.
I'm so excited for you.
Oh, thank you. I was again, so excited to meet another aquatic enthusiastic person because, there's so many people that you meet within the industry that they start as a student, they get curious about it, and some of them stay students and they become our leaders and they, pave the way to help us with management and things like that. But then there's people like yourself who actually take it that step farther and they're like, yeah, I'm willing to teach and put myself up there and be vulnerable, like you said. And then now having these opportunities fall into place, you've taken it to that next level and you're helping other people become inspired and educated and showing them, okay, these are the paths that I took. They could help you. And you have many other paths to take too, because, there's so much versatility within this industry.
Yeah. Anyway, like I try and just get as many people like that stereotype of water aerobics is for old people just absolutely kills me because it's not true.
No.
And then when people say, how'd you lose all your weight? And I'm like, I got in the pool. I did water aerobics. And they're like, what? So I try to just feed that and not, I could go on and on. Honestly, I could go on and on about all the benefits and why you should do it and how to get them in the pool. And,
Oh, I know.
It's like my life goal to get people in the water.
Exactly. But this is also where Katie Coffey said we have to change the stigma by changing the wording because there is so much power in words. And it's not water aerobics. It's not aquatic aerobics or whatever you want to call it, water fitness, aquatic fitness, adding these words that really resonate with a different demographic, so to speak, because as we know, aerobics is a little dated. So we're changing it.
Yeah, that was one of the first things I did when I started doing the schedule and stuff here was I changed everything that said water aerobics to aquatic fitness.
Oh, I love it.
I did it on our schedule, on our calendar, on our website. I went right in and changed it immediately. And I don't say water aerobics instructor, on our staff page on the, it says aquatic fitness instructor because that's what they are.
It's true. Many people have shared their opinions about the misconceptions with aquatic fitness. And you mentioned just one of them again, that it's for old people. It's not. Certainly there's room for everyone in the pool. And there are people who are less agile and not able to necessarily keep up with every format that's out there. But the water is for everyone. The other misconception that I think we don't talk about that often is how effective it can be. You lost how many pounds?
50.
50. I lost 40 pounds.
Wow. See?
Yeah. And it's not something, and that's all I did for 3 days a week. Of course I had Jenny as my instructor, so she certainly didn't lessen her.
Oh, I didn't hold back.
You did not hold back.
Oh,
but she saw me. She knew how unhealthy and unhappy I was. And then lo and behold, 40 pounds later. And it's just something that I think people forget about. It's so easily forgotten and overlooked in the industry. And so that's why we're so happy to bring people like you and others on who are saying, no, this is for everyone. It's effective. It works. It's safe. Mm-hmm. And there's so many other benefits that we could go on and on and on about.
Right.
Truly, we could.
So I do have another question, being that you are a very versatile instructor and you teach many different types of formats. First question, what is your favorite format to teach? Second, what is your favorite format to take?
I knew you were going to do this to me. I think this is why we're so drawn to each other, because like my favorite to teach is basically just like you. I love a boot camp interval. Let me kick your butt for this amount of time, and then I'll give you a little active recovery, and then I'm going to go back to kicking your butt again.
Yeah.
My favorite class to take. Oh, geez. That's hard. I do love anything Hydro Revolution, anything with resistance equipment. But when and I'm not just saying this because it was you, but when we did the Hydro Revolution training here and we had the circuit, I love a circuit.
Yes.
I love a circuit. I love a boot camp. I love something that's going to challenge me because I am competitive.
You know, in a lot of Jenny's classes, I remember, there would be different types of people, and some you knew personally, others you didn't. And there was a sense of competition where you were like, oh, she's doing hammer drops. Oh, I'm going to make the biggest splash.
Yeah.
And you just, and I really think aquatic fitness puts you in a position where you can be that competitive without hurting yourself. Because if I were doing that at CrossFit or anywhere else, on land, I'd probably end up in the hospital.
Right.
Well, Adrienne, as we're wrapping up here, I do want to ask you, because you made the journey from student to instructor to director, and I'm sure there are many others who would vie for that path as well. What advice would you give to people who want to kind of follow in your footsteps, or who have never explored aquatic fitness? Maybe advice you'd give to them as we're wrapping up here.
Oh, geez. For me, the class was fulfilling. The class was so fulfilling. Being a student was so fulfilling. It was something that was just for me. But knowing that I still get to get up there and help people, or to show people something that they did not know even existed. I have a couple ladies right now who showed up here maybe 2 weeks ago and never took a class, never did anything. And their first class was with me, and they got out of the pool and said, I did not know I could feel like this.
Wow. And
that is something that if in your life you want to make a difference, even if it's something little, try it. If you're a student and you're trying to find something to fulfill you, something to just let you know you're doing something, you're contributing in some way to anything, even as little as just changing someone's mood for one day, because coming to an aqua class is going to change your mood. Coming to any workout class is going to change your mood. But if you're looking for something to fulfill you in another way, or to fulfill someone else, just try it. And you're already in the industry, just take the jump. Take the jump. And if the opportunity arises for you to do what you truly love, regardless of whether it's becoming director of your pool or starting your own brand or becoming a master trainer, you owe it to yourself to do it. Because I have never been more fulfilled in my life, in my almost 35 years, than I am right now as my dream job. My kids are amazing. My husband is awesome. I have a wonderful family. I have a great group of friends. I have mentors. I have people who are wonderful friends and inspirations to me. And it was because I took the chance and I accepted help when I needed it. And I wasn't too proud to ask for things, ask questions, because 99% of the time that person is going to be thrilled that you cared enough to ask it.
Yep. Absolutely.
I love that.
You could not have said it better. Honestly, there's so many things that you've touched on that are so important for other people to hear.
Well, that's a great note to end on. And Adrienne, thank you so much for sitting down with us.
Yes. Thank you so much.
Oh, thank you guys for having me. I'm super honored. Any way I can help and any way I can, move aquatic fitness along, I am happy.
Please give the Nuggets kisses for me.
Yeah.
I will.
Yay.
And please thank your husband for his service.
Oh, I
Yes.
will. I will. He's the best.
Absolutely.
He is. You guys make such a good team. All right. Have a good one. We'll talk to you soon.
Thank you too. Bye.
Bye.
For more content like this, go to jennylynnfitness.com/podcast.
And please rate, review, and subscribe to this podcast wherever you get your audio content.
Thank you so much for listening and stay hydrated.